take a look at this. A Delta plane crashing and flipping upside down at the airport in Toronto. Reuters reporting that it was a flight from Minneapolis and that all passengers and crew are accounted for. The scene says that 8 people are injured. Look at this plane. It is literally upside down. There is no word on how this happened. You can see there's a lot of snow on the ground in Toronto. It happened moments ago. Senior correspondent Eric Shawn has been gathering the latest information here. Hi, Eric.
Hello, Martha. It is a dramatic and shocking sight when you look at that airplane. It is a Delta flight that took off from Minneapolis MSP Airport earlier today and landed about 2:13 or so in Toronto Pearson International Airport when it suddenly flipped over on its back, ending belly up. Thankfully, as we have said, that there were no deaths. There are 8 injuries reported. Officials and paramedics on the scene say of those injuries, 1 person is in critical condition. The rest are mild to moderate injuries. So that is what we know right now. We're not aware of the conditions on the ground when this plane landed. It is a Canadair regional jet that is operated by Delta Connection and Endeavour Airlines, basically with no connection, the same type of jet that was involved in that horrible midair collision that we saw at Reagan National Airport just a few weeks ago. Of course, no connection to that, but there have been several recent mishaps of airliners over the past week or so. Perhaps this plane came in too fast when it hit the runway. Very slippery conditions because of the high gusty winds in the northeastern part of our country today. Winds gusting in some spots up to 70 miles an hour. All of this will be a part of the accident report that will be investigated by the National Transportation Safety Board in terms of trying to nail down the exact cause of this mishap, in which the CRJ Canadair 900 long-range regional jet that's used commonly by Delta Connection and other airlines landed and somehow flipped over on its back, waiting to get more information from authorities. We expect a press conference at some point. They have not given one yet, and we have not been able to talk to any passengers about that. But clearly, the black box will be part of this investigation, the communications with the tower when they were clear to land, and any other reports from other airlines and airliner pilots in terms of runway conditions, obviously, a part of the investigation going into what caused this Canadair regional commuter jet, which usually fits about 70 people or so, to flip on its side in such a dramatic fashion on this very cold, windy, and snowy day up in the Toronto Pearson, Martha.
Incredible. Let's put that picture back up. It's hard to tell, Eric, if this wing snapped off when it flipped over. We don't know if it flipped over before it hit the ground, because it was 70-mile-an-hour winds, as you mentioned, which can obviously be very tricky for the pilot to put that down in those winds. Sometimes they try to fishtail it a little bit to come in a little bit side on this, sideways to land and put those wheels down. But this is an extraordinary story. And thank God we're hearing that only 8 people were injured. One of them is in critical condition. We're going to try to look at the wheels up in the air in this amazing picture. But this is why they tell you to put your seatbelt on during landing, because that is what likely ended up saving these people. This is an extraordinary situation. We're going to have more. Eric, thank you very much. I know you're going to stay on the new details here. More on this breaking story right after this.